There's a massive shift happening, mostly invisible. It's AI, already deeply woven into our lives, making decisions often unnoticed. Think about the algorithms picking your music or news. It's the invisible hand guiding our experiences, growing exponentially. This video pulls back the curtain, exploring AI's quiet influence. It's about understanding this shift, connecting the dots. You'll see the matrix, the code shaping our world. Awareness is the first step to navigating this new era. Let's get into it. If you want to stay ahead in this AI-driven world, make sure to subscribe, like, and share this video. Join the conversation in the comments below, and empower yourself with knowledge. Let's start with your phone. When you search on Google, you're getting a personalized list. Open YouTube or Spotify. The For You page, the Discover Weekly playlist, that's all AI. Then you have AI assistants like Siri and Alexa. They are the front end for a massive cloud-based intelligence. Think about the fraud alert from your bank or the way your keyboard predicts your next word. AI is so embedded in our routines that we've stopped noticing it. It's the water we swim in. That normalization is the most powerful aspect of its takeover. Now let's talk about the AI you interact with that you might not even realize is AI. I'm talking about the ads. Every single sponsored post in your Instagram feed, every banner ad on a website, every pre-roll ad on a video, the decision to show you at was almost certainly made by an AI. These systems process trillions of data points about demographics, browsing history, purchase behavior, and even your social connections to predict which products you're most likely to buy. It's a massive automated auction happening in milliseconds, all to capture your attention. This goes beyond just showing you an ad for sneakers after you search for them. The AI is building psychographic profiles. It might infer that because you like certain tech channels, enjoy hiking, and live in a particular zip code, you're also a prime candidate for a specific brand of electric vehicle or a meal kit delivery service. It's predictive marketing on a scale that was unimaginable a decade ago. The goal isn't just to sell you something today, it's to understand your desires before you do and subtly nudge your consumer behavior over time. It's a quiet, persistent influence campaign tailored personally to you. This level of personalization extends to the content itself. News apps curate headlines based on what their AI predicts will outrage or engage you the most. E-commerce sites like Amazon dynamically change prices and product rankings based on your user profile and market demand, all managed by AI. Even the spam filter in your email is a constant silent battle between competing AIs, one trying to get through, the other trying to block. You are living inside a personalized information bubble, and the architect of that bubble is an algorithm designed for one primary purpose: engagement. And this is where the lines start to blur between convenience and manipulation. On one hand, who doesn't want more relevant content and ads? It can feel genuinely helpful. But on the other hand, this constant, invisible curation shapes our perception of the world. It can reinforce our biases, limit our exposure to different viewpoints, and subtly guide our decisions in ways that benefit the platform, not necessarily us. The AI isn't evil, it's just relentlessly optimizing for its programmed goal, and we are the subjects in this massive, ongoing experiment. So, we've established AI is all over our personal lives. But the next frontier, where the takeover is just as quiet but arguably more disruptive, is the workplace. For years, the conversation around automation was about big physical robots replacing factory workers on an assembly line. That's still happening, of course. But the new wave of automation is silent and digital. It's software. It's AI that can write, design, code, and strategize. And it's not coming for jobs in the future. It's already here, sitting in a digital cubicle right next to us. Think about a marketing team just a few years ago. To create a blog post, you'd need a writer. For the social media graphics, a designer. For the ad copy, a copywriter. Today, a single person can use a tool like Jasper or Copy.ai to generate dozens of articles and headlines in minutes. They can use Synthesia to create a video with an AI-generated human presenter, speaking the text the AI just wrote. They can use Midjourney to create all the visuals. These aren't just tools that make work faster, they are tools that can completely absorb the functions of entire roles. The impact of this is profound, especially for the creative and freelance economies. A company that used to hire freelance writers for its blog can now generate content for a fraction of the cost with a monthly AI subscription. A startup needing a logo or presentation deck can bypass a design agency and get near instantaneous results from an AI model. This isn't a loud layoff where a whole department is shut down, It's a quiet shift in hiring, the freelance gig that never gets posted. The junior position that is no longer needed because a senior employee now has AI leverage. And this leads to a fundamental restructuring of what a job even is. The value is shifting from the ability to perform a task, like writing code or designing a graphic, to the ability to effectively prompt and manage an AI to do it for you. Tools like ChatGPT and GitHub Copilot are becoming standard issue in many companies. They are digital co-workers that can draft emails, write complex code, analyze data in spreadsheets, and summarize long reports. The human becomes an editor, a curator, a prompter-in-chief, and the AI becomes the silent, tireless workhorse doing the heavy lifting. This brings us to a really critical point made by AI expert Kai-Fu Lee. He said, "The displacement won't be loud, it'll be subtle and incremental. That's more dangerous. This is key. We're not seeing a single dramatic event of mass automation. Instead, we're seeing a slow, quiet erosion of tasks. It starts with one small part of someone's job. Maybe an AI takes over drafting initial reports. Then it gets good enough to handle data entry. Then it starts summarizing customer feedback. Each step seems minor, a simple efficiency gain, but over time these incremental automations add up. A role that was once a full-time 40-hour-a-week job might shrink to 20 hours of necessary human work, then 10. At that point, the company doesn't need a dedicated person anymore. They can fold those remaining responsibilities into someone else's role, someone who is now augmented by AI and has the bandwidth to take on more. The original position doesn't get dramatically eliminated in a press release, it just quietly fades away. It's death by 1,000 cuts, and it's happening across countless industries. Think about roles like paralegals, who spend hours searching through legal documents. AI-powered e-discovery tools can now do that in seconds. Or market research analysts who compile data into reports. AI can now ingest raw data and produce a full-blown analysis instantly. It's even hitting creative fields. AI can generate background music for videos, create stock photos from a text prompt, and even draft basic architectural plans. Each of these tools chips away at the total sum of human work required, making certain skills that were once highly valuable, now easily replicable by a machine. The danger Kai-Fu Lee points to is that this process is so gradual that it's hard to rally against. There's no single villain, no factory closing to protest. It's a distributed, software-based shift that looks like progress and efficiency on a corporate balance sheet. By the time the collective impact becomes obvious, entire career paths may have been fundamentally altered or even rendered obsolete. The workforce isn't being replaced by a robot army, it's being silently hollowed out from the inside by intelligent, invisible software. And that silent transformation is already well underway. AI is reshaping the workplace, but what happens when governments use it? Surveillance is happening so seamlessly that most people aren't even aware. It's happening right now, forming an invisible layer of governance. One controversial application is facial recognition. Cameras are actively scanning faces, cross-referencing them against databases in real time. This is the world of predictive policing. If the historical data reflects existing biases, the AI will just amplify them. AI is being deployed in areas of policy with minimal public debate. Their impact on civil liberties is profound. AI is becoming a gatekeeper for social services like welfare fraud detection. Governments use algorithms to sift through applications, looking for anomalies. These systems create risk profiles, assigning scores that can delay or suspend payments, often without clear explanation. This is the foundation for systems like social credit scores, aiming to create a unified citizen score. And AI's assessment dictates your opportunities. These systems are judging and enforcing at an unprecedented scale, shaping behavior. We're sleepwalking into a future where algorithms mediate our rights. Governments use AI to manage citizens, and the business world is pushing this technology even harder to maximize profit and minimize risk. AI's integration has been quiet, but incredibly fast. The financial system was one of the first places for machine learning to take root. Every time you swipe your credit card, an algorithm is working in the background, like in fraud detection. AI is also used in credit scoring, analyzing thousands of data points to determine your creditworthiness. 75% of business leaders say AI is critical to their strategy. Corporations are using AI to optimize operations, fine-tune supply chains, and dynamically adjust pricing. AI is becoming the central nervous system for corporate decision-making, especially when it comes to understanding you, the customer. Platforms like Google and Meta analyze your behavior to predict what you're most likely to buy. This profile is then used to serve you ads that are perfectly tailored to your predicted interests. AI is also deeply embedded in the hiring process. Businesses are using AI to analyze market trends, monitor competitor actions, and simulate potential outcomes of major decisions. You see a picture of a business world being fundamentally rewired by AI through incremental gains in efficiency and predictive power. We've talked about AI as a tool, but what if AI could take your goal and figure out the steps to achieve it all on its own? This shifts the conversation to autonomous AI agents, digital problem solvers that can operate independently. Think of it like a digital intern that you can assign a complex project to, and it just gets it done. Take Auto GPT or Agent GPT. You give them a high-level objective, the agent breaks that goal down into smaller, actionable tasks. It's a whole new paradigm. And this brings us to the most high-profile example to date. Devin, billed as the first AI software engineer. It's about managing an entire workflow from start to finish. This is the kind of capability that makes people realize that the role of AI is fundamentally changing. When AI experts like Jan LeCun talk about autonomous AI agents, they're describing the quiet foundation of tomorrow's workforce. Startups might deploy AI agents for research, marketing, and development, working 24/7. The building blocks are being assembled now. Imagine AI managing finances or marketing for small businesses. This transition will happen gradually, a quiet, almost invisible integration. Every automated task represents a shift in the labor market, laying the groundwork for a radically different workforce. AI is integrating into our daily tools, automating jobs, and evolving into autonomous agents. There's a massive perception gap between what AI is and what the public thinks it is. For many, AI still conjures up images of Hollywood robots. This misconception breeds complacency. AI isn't a walking, talking robot, it's a sophisticated algorithm already here. The danger is we're not having the right conversations about data privacy, algorithmic bias, and workforce displacement. The public debate is lagging years behind technological deployment. This brings us to a pretty chilling warning from Andrew Ng, another leading figure in the AI world. He said, "By the time people realize what's happening, it may be too late to adapt." This is the crux of the issue. The changes driven by AI are not only quiet, but also exponential. For a while the progress seems slow and incremental, easy to ignore, but then it hits a tipping point, and the transformation accelerates at a speed that society simply isn't prepared for. We're in that deceptive early phase right now, but the curve is getting steeper every single day. Think about what too late to adapt really means. For an individual, it could mean finding out your entire skill set has been automated, and you have no time to retrain for a new career. For a business, it could mean being outcompeted by a rival that adopted AI-driven efficiency while you were still managing things manually. For a society, it could mean waking up to find that critical decisions about justice, loans, and employment are being made by black box algorithms that no one really understands or has consented to, with massive, unforeseen consequences that are already entrenched and difficult to reverse. The adaptation required is not just about learning to use a new app, it's a fundamental mindset shift. It requires continuous learning and reskilling as a baseline expectation for being in the workforce. It requires a new level of digital literacy to understand how the platforms we use are shaping our reality. And it requires active civic engagement to demand transparency and accountability for how governments and corporations are deploying these powerful systems. This isn't a passive process. We can't just wait for clear instructions on how to adapt. The change is happening too fast and on too many fronts. So, Ng's warning isn't just hyperbole, it's a genuine call to action. The window of opportunity to proactively shape our AI-driven future is closing. If we wait until the impacts are painfully obvious, until unemployment numbers spike or a major algorithmic failure causes a crisis, our options for response will be drastically limited. We'll be in reactive mode, trying to patch up problems instead of designing a better system from the start. The time to start paying close attention, to get informed, and to begin adapting is right now, while we still have some agency in the transition. So there you have it. When you connect the dots, the picture becomes incredibly clear. AI isn't some far-off hypothetical technology waiting to arrive. It's here, now. It's the engine behind the search results you trust and the music you discover. It's the invisible force automating tasks in the workplace, making some roles more efficient while quietly making others disappear. It's the tool being deployed by governments and corporations to make high-stakes decisions about our lives, often without our knowledge or consent. And now, with autonomous agents, it's evolving from a tool we command into a workforce that can operate on its own. This is the quiet takeover. It's not loud, it's not explosive, and it doesn't look like a sci-fi movie. That's precisely what makes it so powerful and so transformative. Its power lies in its subtlety, in its seamless integration into the very fabric of our digital lives. As Dr. Fei-Fei Li said, we've stopped noticing it, and that's how it's winning. The incremental nature of this revolution, as Kai-Fu Lee warned, is what makes it so hard to grasp and react to. By the time we feel the full weight of its impact, the world will have already fundamentally changed, and as Andrew Ng cautioned, it might be too late to easily adapt. The goal of this video isn't to scare you, it's to get you to pay attention. It's to encourage you to look past the hype and the science fiction and see the reality of what's happening today. The single most important thing you can do is to stay informed. Read about it, talk about it, and think critically about the tools you use every day. The more we all understand how these systems work, the better equipped we'll be to navigate the future they are creating. This isn't just for tech enthusiasts anymore, this is for everyone, because it affects everyone. And on that note, I'm curious to hear from you. This is a massive, ongoing conversation, and everyone's experience is a piece of the puzzle. How have you seen AI show up in your life? Has it changed your job, the way you create, or just the way you find new videos to watch? Let me know down in the comments below. Let's start talking about it, because the quiet takeover is happening whether we talk about it or not. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.